I think you were a lieutenant, right?
Oh, yeah.
Second lieutenant?
Yeah.
And where did you serve?
I served in the Pacific.
Okay. And here's some questions just for jogging your memory. Were you drafted or did you enlist in the Air Corps?
I enlisted.
Yeah. And where were you living at the time?
Minersville, Pennsylvania.
And why did you pick the Army Air Corps?
Well, my brother was in the Marines, and I didn't want to be in the Marines.
Good answer. Can you recall your first days when you started in the military?
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was scary. I didn't know my way around, but I learned how to get along real quick. I was in the reserves. I had a permanent stay in the German Lutheran I remember going to German Lutheran Church, and I had my rank from there. I think I must have been I was in the Air Force Reserve, and I was flying in, and
I think you remember telling me about the first place you went to was Okinawa.
Right, but now we're still back in basic training now.
Oh.
How did it feel when you first started? How were you?
Basic training.
Yeah, what did it feel like? Boot camp.
Yeah, it was. You were pretty much on your own, but there were certain things that you had to do, and
Okay, how did you get through it? Did you have any trouble? Any
No.
problems? No
I
problem.
didn't have any trouble.
Can you remember any of your trainers or instructors during that time? A long time ago. Did any of them stand out or do anything special?
I didn't. No, they didn't do anything special.
Okay.
Oh, but one guy got you, they were going to make him fly a different kind of plane, and you wanted to do a B-25, and one guy got you transferred so you could train
Yeah.
B-25s. That was at the very end of your training, I think.
So you had flight training there, right? Or
Well,
now we're getting to flight school.
yeah.
And what was it? What type of plane were you supposed to fly first until you got it changed?
Well, that's something. You had all that training and all, and it's gone.
Okay, that's fine. Where did you serve? And
Well, I served in the Pacific.
where did you exactly go? Where were you stationed in the Pacific?
I have trouble remembering.
It was Okinawa.
You were in Okinawa, correct?
Yeah,
What was the name of that flight, the base, you know? You remember what the name of the base was, or the, in Okinawa? Or the field? Okay, what was, you were in Okinawa, but what was your assignment? What were you assigned to? Which bomber group were you assigned to?
oh, yeah.
Was it 396th?
Yeah,
396th, right. And
You told me once about when you first arrived in Okinawa, it was at night, and you were with somebody and you had to sleep somewhere. Remember?
well, that's a good story.
Yeah?
You didn't know where you were going to sleep, and when you woke up in the morning, you were sleeping in the ammunition dump.
yeah.
Now, how many missions did you fly? Remember the number of missions?
I'm trying to think.
Or can you remember any real specific missions? Especially the mission that I've heard about is when you saw the bomb in Hiroshima go off, or you saw the mushroom. And can you tell me a little bit about why you were there? Why did you end up close to that,
I don't
to
know.
Hiroshima?
I haven't thought about it since then.
Well, you just talked about it a number of times. You had taken off with your unit and you didn't get the message that you weren't supposed to be in the air. And you were up in the air with your navigator and your crew, and you looked over and you saw a big cloud. You thought it was a thunderstorm. And when you went back, you heard that they had dropped the bomb.
Yeah.
And your navigator, George Gunther, said that he didn't know that they had harnessed the atom. And you guys had been up flying around, and instead of the thunderstorm, it was the mushroom cloud you'd seen. Yeah.
Were you awarded any special medals or citations? You know.
No.
You got 2 air medals.
2 air medals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you were a bomber commander, or a pilot. You were the pilot. Were you involved in the planning of your missions and where to go and what?
Yeah.
You were. How many missions do you think you performed? I know we asked this before. I've seen pictures of a number of them.
I think maybe, I would say 28 to 30, something like that.
28 to 30 missions? Something like that?
In between 20 and 30.
Okay. Okay. Now, what your life in the service? I've seen pictures of you in the 396 Club and pictures of your fellow airmen. What was life like in those days, based in Okinawa?
You didn't make any long time plans.
So everything was for the moment.
Yeah.
I understand that one. What was the food like?
Good.
It was?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Good. How did you deal with the pressure of being a bomber pilot, of stress and not knowing what's going to happen or who's going to be shooting at you?
I didn't have any trouble with flying or anything like that.
No, I've heard you love to fly.
Yeah.
That was the real key. Did your faith play a big role in the military at that time? You know, your belief in God.
Oh, well, you know, I went to church all the time, and
Okay. Did you have anything with you, a good luck charm or anything like that
no,
when you were flying? Did you, at your base there, did you have any, how did you entertain yourselves? Did you have any USO shows or people come over, movie stars, anything like that?
yeah, there were some movie people that came along, and I had an aunt that was on Sunbury Street, and Sunbury Street was the hard miners hole, and I was built there. And my father and I were, you know, ready to go. We got the word he was with an infantry outfit.
Okay, we're going to get back to Okinawa. Did you did you go on leave in the Pacific?
You know, well, yeah.
Where'd you go?
I stayed in my home in Minersville.
You went to Minerville?
Yeah.
You went home? Okay. Now, do you recall any particular humorous or unusual events? Any tricks you pulled on each other or with your fellow airmen at that time?
No, I don't remember.
Okay.
What about playing craps on the way home when you won all that money and you brought all the pearls back?
Oh, yeah, I had a good streak of winning. Shooting dice.
Okay.
I could shoot dice well. And I did, and I won a lot of money.
And you brought back some pearls also?
Yeah, I picked up some pearls. And not from necklace, for my girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
my mother, and it's a crap game. I was in it.
Okay. You're a good craps player.
Yeah.
It's my favorite game in the casino also, but you make a mistake, you lose. You have to be careful.
Yeah, I won a lot of money.
Okay. What did you think of your fellow officers?
in our outfit.
Yes.
Oh, they were good guys.
Do you recall the day when your service ended, when you came back here, discharged?
You know, I should, but I have a hard time remembering where I was living then.
Okay. Did you go back to school? What did you do when you left the military?
Oh, I was back to the University of Delaware.
And what did you do there? What did you
I
study?
played football.
You played football. What position? You're a kicker, right?
Yeah,
And a
well,
fullback.
yeah, and then I was a punter. I could punt the ball. Well, what I did, I was at in Philadelphia, or in Wilmington, Delaware.
Mhm.
And I was no, there were two kids from Frackville, Pennsylvania, and I was completing my studies, and I was in Wilmington, and I don't know why I was there.
You were at university, Dad.
Yeah,
You're studying.
You were studying.
yeah,
You're studying to become a teacher.
yeah.
Yes.
And I was they had they had a study program there, and I was in that, and and it was a wide open thing. And I get into it because I was going to have to pass the test and all, and which I did. I get into the evening program. I was there in the Wilmington ballpark, and school was open, and I was there, and I just went along with the program, and then the program was there were two kids from Frackville, Pennsylvania, and I get in there and was assigned some studies in the Wilmington ballpark, and
But you were still playing football there.
yeah.
Now, did you use a GI Bill, or how did you support yourself in college? I heard you bought 2 buildings and rented one out.
Yeah, I can't remember. I lived in Wilmington, Delaware, and the oh, and I was a punter in football.
Okay, you told me that. Now, after this, leaving the military, how did you keep relationships going with your fellow pilots and fellow airmen?
Say that again.
Did you keep any relationships with your fellow airmen? Did you have reunions and things like that with your fellow pilots and with, you know, your bomber wing? Most of them do.
Yeah. Well, I was an exceptional punter.
I
Then he
know.
was asking about the guys that you flew with.
The guys you flew with.
There was one that you stayed in touch with in California, remember?
Oh, George Gunther.
Yeah.
George Gunter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he do? In the
Well,
plane?
he was a navigator.
Right.
Okay. He was your navigator.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, after the military, what did you do? You were a teacher and you're a coach, correct?
Yeah.
And where did you coach?
First you you coached in Delaware, and then from Delaware you went to
Long Island. correct?
Yeah.
Tenafly, and then from Tenafly you went to Long Island, Carr Place.
Yeah.
You were there about, what, 35 years, I think, in Carr Place.
How did the military experience affect your life? Seeing all that destruction, all the things that you went through.
I look back on it and I enjoyed it.
You did.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy?
Well, I enjoyed the missions that I flew, and
I understand. Is it? We're almost done here with this interview, Joe.
I'm here.
We're almost finished talking.
Oh.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about your military experience, about after the military, about how you feel about?
Well, I felt pretty good about being in the Air Force.
Well, I was in the Air Force too. I'm pretty happy with it also.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Joe, for the interview. I really appreciate the time.
Yeah, I wish I were more helpful to you.
You are. No problem. Anyway, thank you very much.